To our friends and colleagues from around the world, it is my pleasure to welcome you to day 3 of Soccerex Connected. I'm Jake Edwards, President of the United Soccer League, and on behalf of USL Chief Executive Officer Alec Papadakis and everyone at USL HQ, I want to send you all our warmest greetings and best wishes. While we'd much rather be together in person, sharing a dinner, a few beers, a few laughs, it has been terrific to see so many familiar and smiling faces over the past 2 days. If there has been a consistent theme at this year's event, it is the challenges of the past few months. And it's true that no discussion about the days ahead are complete without mention of where we've been. And the reality is much has changed since we were last together. 2020 has been disruptive. It's been challenging, and at times it's been heartbreaking. It will be remembered as one of the most difficult years of our lives. And while many complicated issues still face us, a pandemic, societal unrest, and general uncertainty over what the days ahead will bring, I want to take a moment to acknowledge a positive, a silver lining, if you will. Togetherness. Here at the USL, the last 6 months have tested us in ways we could not have previously imagined. It's been difficult, long days, short nights, countless hours on the weekend, on the phone, or staring at a computer, troubleshooting whatever new issue lies before us. But that experience of being in a trench with one another, being forced to find solutions, has brought us closer together. And here at the USL, we are a more cohesive, together and tight-knit group than we were going into this year. That's true of our clubs as well, all of whom have spent countless hours in their community, serving as agents of positive change and helping the places they call home to heal. And I have no doubt that this sense of collaboration and togetherness that exists within our family also exists in yours. And because of that, as a collective footballing community, perhaps we're all a little bit closer for this shared experience. As the largest and fastest growing professional soccer organization in North America, one bright spot over the past few months has been the recognition that despite the challenges before us, interest in the game has never been higher. And with the Men's World Cup now just 6 short years away from these shores, we here at USL, like many in North America, stand on the precipice of explosive growth. Not only are we currently in conversations with over 40 communities around the United States who have expressed interest in USL Championship or League One expansion, a few of which I'm happy to say will be announced in the coming months. But we also continue to make great strides on another goal of great importance to us. One of the most important strategic objectives for USL between now and the 2026 World Cup is the development of stadium-anchored, mixed-use developments that not only bring a professional soccer club to a community, but also add to the vitality of the community through economic impact, through job creation, and through the overall betterment of the surrounding area. This objective also helps to ensure that we are delivering on our mission statement of bringing the professional game to new communities across the country, and by establishing our clubs as some of the most competitive, compelling, and professional organizations of their kind anywhere in the world. To highlight our commitment, it's worth noting that the USL and its partners currently have nearly $1 billion committed to stadium development across the United States. One recent example of our commitment has been the unveiling of an amazing new venue in Louisville, Kentucky, where club ownership has brought to life an 11,700-seat downtown stadium that will serve the community as a gathering place for generations to come. In fact, of the 47 professional clubs in the Championship and League One, 33 currently play in soccer-specific stadiums or sites that were retrofitted for professional soccer, with additional projects currently under development in Providence, Oklahoma City, Colorado Springs, Chattanooga, South Georgia, Buffalo, Des Moines, and many others, some of which have not yet been announced, but that we'll be talking about very soon. So while 2020 has not slowed our ambition or growth, it has unfortunately limited the extent to which we can be together with our fans. And however, despite these short-term setbacks, one area that brings us immense joy is the rise of an authentic American supporters culture. From Louisville to Madison, from Oakland to New Mexico, from Phoenix to El Paso, USL fans continue to represent their communities in ways that US soccer has never seen before. Deeply invested into their communities, tribal, passionate, using the sport for purpose and for societal good. USL supporters across the country continue to push the limits of what American soccer can and will become. As a collection of community clubs, we cannot lose sight of the fact that supporters and players will always be our two most important stakeholders. And like any important relationship, that requires standing alongside them on issues of great importance. And the reality is, as we sit here today, we're at a high watermark when it comes to athletes using their platforms as professionals to express themselves on issues across both sport and society. Times have changed in this regard, certainly since my playing days at least, and it's important that we do too. As an organization, it is absolutely imperative that we listen, we support, and we adapt. We have to stand in solidarity with those who are experiencing issues like racism, oppression, and societal injustice. And while statements and gestures are a good start, we must also commit to more substantive measures, including working to ensure that our workplaces off the field reflect the diversity we see on it. In this regard, I believe we can all do better, USL included, and we will. Lastly, to the Soccerex staff, on behalf of the USL, we want to say thank you. Every year you put on a tremendous event that not only educates and informs, but brings the footballing community together in very special ways. And we know the coming days will bring with them good times and great discussion, and we're looking forward to taking part. So from Tampa, Florida, welcome to Day 3 of Soccerex Connected. And please know that all of us here at the United Soccer League are looking forward to being together live and in person with you all again very soon. Thank you.
That was Jake Edwards, President of the United Soccer League. Powerful stuff, particularly on that solidarity with the Black Lives Matters movement. And certainly good to see, despite COVID-19, the USL back up and running and as popular as ever, even though, of course, fans cannot yet be in the various stadia. Let us know your thoughts on either the USL or their MLS, how you think COVID-19 will affect both of those leagues. We'd love to know your thoughts about engagement as well with particular clubs. There's certainly, as Jake mentioned, a community style feel with fans and USL teams, and a lot of interaction as well between fans and young players who have been active in their various communities to help with things like shopping and other voluntary work during the COVID-19 pandemic as well. So it certainly sets a benchmark for other leagues to follow. And as I say, congratulations to the USL for returning post-lockdown over the last few weeks. So we've looked at North America. What about Europe? Let's turn our attention now to Liga Portugal. Portugal, of course, hosted the Champions League finale a couple of months ago. But what about the domestic league over there? How's that coping with COVID cases rising in Portugal? We can now hear from Pedro Proenca, the president of Liga Portugal.
It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a big pity that we cannot make the Soccerex this year in Portugal. As Liga Portugal, we have everything under control, everything prepared to receive all the partners, all the stakeholders here in Portugal. The problem that we had with COVID-19, it was a problem that changed all the world, changed all the industry and the football too. We recognize that we had a lot of problems, and now it's time to go ahead with the big challenge that we have with this big problem. And I think that we all together will fix all the problems that we have in the professional football. We all know that we are living now in a very difficult season, and the Liga Portugal have prepared to change all the environment that we are working through. As you know, we have created Cristiano Ronaldo, we have created José Mourinho, and a lot of big players that are in this moment in the big leagues. We are going to continue to do our work because we recognize that the Portuguese league is going to be in the next future one of the biggest leagues in the world. And finishing my small speech, I would like to say to all the people that are connecting in these different Soccerex, then that in the next year we are going to be all together in Lisbon for the next time to be all together and to discuss all the problems in the professional football.